This story is told in the perspective of a male. I've had a stalker for the past 5 years, and I think he eventually may kill me. So this first started when this dude added me on Facebook back in January of 2011. At the time, I was really addicted to Robitussin, which is a cough syrup. As weird as this sounds, I was 18 and very curious about drugs and couldn't find any besides weed. There was a 2-month period that I drank Robitussin almost every night. This was years ago, and I eventually quit and never looked back. But I was bored and fresh out of high school. My girlfriend at the time was still in high school, and I'd sit up and talk to her until 11 or midnight and drink my Robitussin around the time she went to bed. So basically, I stayed up all night, tripping with nothing better to do. This guy added me and started talking to me. I thought he was harmless. He lived a few towns over in a community that has a lot of rich people in it. He was 30 and lived in his mom's basement. He was a man very addicted to benzos and opiates, to the point where he acted completely crazy if he wasn't on them. Within a month of talking to him, he told me that he loved me and that I was his best friend. I blocked him shortly after he wrote this. A couple years go by. One of my close friends dies, and I go through a rough patch. I end up deleting my Facebook and making a new one a few months later. Well, this guy, the creep from the beginning, found my new Facebook and added me. I started talking to him. He was nice, and it was comforting when my friend died. But then, after a small while, he started telling me that I was his best friend and that he loves me again. This was very weird. I eventually blocked him and moved on. Fast forward to 2014. He made a new Facebook and somehow found me and re-added me. I ended up chilling with him once, in his mom's basement. We smoked pot and listened to Pish, which I guess is a music band. Surprisingly, it wasn't that bad of a time. I know this sounds like a terrible idea, but I was drinking in his town and he hit me up, so I thought I'd stop by. This guy had been somewhat of an enigma for years, and I had wanted to see what he was like in person. This is when things get weird. He told me that I could come over and do whatever I wanted sexually to him at one point a couple of months after this. I told him I was straight, but he insisted. He sent me multiple videos over the years, which are very strange. Weird drone music playing with the green light in the background and action figures on strings moving in a slow motion, saying they're film tests for movies he's making. I've blocked him multiple times, but he always makes a new Facebook within the next few months and re-adds me for some bullshit excuse that he doesn't make sense for why he made one. Oh, my brother's girlfriend has been harassing me. He added my roommate last year and got weirder with my roommate than he ever did with me. He brought my roommate a video game at one point, and that's why I had to make a new Facebook. These obviously don't make any sense. He was just trying to find a new way to add me. At one point, I received a letter in the mail. This was a gift from him at Christmas. This means he knew our address. I was freaking out. This guy started getting angry at everybody for not sitting on Facebook and talking to him. Accuses you of being an unloyal friend when you're sleeping, for schoolwork, or because you don't sit up and talk to him until 5 a.m. Then, when you try to explain yourself, he accuses you of thinking you're better than him and because you're in school and at work. Then he asks us to send him nudes and offers us $200 US for videos of us beating off and pics of our cock. When we stop talking to him, he finds a way to contact us and tells us we're family. He collects Social Security in his mom's basement and spends all of it on psish, shows, and weed and shrooms and Xanax and oxys. He tells us ridiculous lies that he's going to Berkeley. His age has also somehow went down from 30 in 2011 to turning 32 this year in 2016. He's added multiple people from our friends and family over the years, which most of them have blocked him, and he's tried turning us against them at some point shortly after. We obviously never fall for this shit. Now I'm going to get into the part where I think he's going to kill me eventually. One time I made a Facebook post to add me on Snapchat, opened the public, and he added me. He actually made a Snapchat at the same time and only to add me. I can tell by looking at his score. A few weeks ago, I blocked him on Facebook and told him to stop contacting me. He completely flipped out and was sending me pages and pages calling me a liar and a traitor because I needed to sleep one day and wouldn't sit up and talk to him on Facebook. School had just started and I was still working third shift at this point. It was 2 p.m. and I had just finished school and I worked at 11. He saw me on Facebook, checking my notifications before crashing, and that weekend sent pages of Facebook messages telling me that I wasn't a loyal friend. Then, this week, a Snapchat from him. He rarely contacts me on Snapchat. I forgot I had added him. It was 5 snaps. All of them were him firing off an AR-15 rifle. He's shown the target and his shots were scarily accurate. It was fucking terrifying. He then informs me that he's going to get an HSED at the place about 5 blocks away from my house, and I can't get a ride till a few hours after class and just roams the streets from like 7 to 10 p.m. or 11 each night. He then asked me if he could come crash at my apartment on Thursday nights and spend weekends with me and my roommate. I politely decline. I have work on Thursday nights, and he goes on a rant saying that he's in love with my roommate, and how I am a true family to him, and it would mean the world. And I'm pretty sure he already knew my address because of the gift that he sent last Christmas. And then, eventually, he starts sending me snaps of him shooting high-powered firearms with scary accuracy. I've honestly never been more terrified in my life, but I think he's too slow to figure out where I live, even though he has the postal code. Either way, I need to figure out a way to get rid of this guy. If I get a restraining order, it'll just piss him off more. Plus, I hate dealing with the police anyways, and I'm gonna be on no police contact probation soon. To this scary internet wacko, please, let's not meet. Edit. He was arrested today for murdering an 11-year-old girl in her sleep next to the apartment right next to where I live. It looks like I won't be getting murdered after all. He's going to be spending life in jail. Thank Christ, but I feel horrible for the family of this little girl. Well, that's the end of the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I did a lot of cuts, and stuff like that, so I really hope you enjoyed it. Big thank you to Urmaker. I'm going to be leaving a link to his channel in the description. Go ahead and check him out. He also does scary stories, and he is amazing at them. This is actually going to be the longest scary story video that I did on my channel. This is actually the second one, and I think this is like my 4th upload today. So go ahead and please leave a like and comment. I really love reading your guys' comments and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a like again. And yeah, so I'm probably going to be reading more scary stories. It's something that I think I might have a passion for, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. Well, with all that being said, I wanted to thank you guys one more time for all the amazing support you've been giving me. We just recently hit 150 subscribers. Although this does not sound like a lot comparing to YouTubers with millions and millions, remember, I'm just starting on YouTube, and I really am happy and having the time of my life. Although I might not upload too much, I upload when I can. When I can't upload a story video, I'm going to try replacing it with a creepypasta video from now on. I hope you guys really do enjoy these, because I also enjoy reading them to you. If you guys want to make do any creepypasta videos in the future or get inspiration from this, you can go to Reddit and normally ask a person if you can use their story for a video. They're normally very genuine and kind, and they normally accept. That is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching for a third time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.